So, as we all know, gender inequality is still a large issue to this day. As we are with 4 males in our committee, we wanted to shed some light on the gender inequality topic to show that it is a topic that matters. So, how big is the problem actually? Let's talk money first. On average, women worldwide with the same job as men earn 77% of their male counterparts' earnings. If the changes that are being made to close this gap continue at this rate, men will still earn more than women for the next 2 centuries. This also goes for job opportunities. As you might know, men often have the highest function like CEOs and managers. But in certain sectors there's no place for women at all. If you look globally, you will find very few women in the technological and news and media sectors as well. And these are just some examples. Also, in more than 100 countries, women are only represented with 25% or less of the total seats available in parliament. For example, countries like Ireland and the USA. So when the statistics are clear, why is the problem still around? The answer is very simple. It is not that long ago since women couldn't work at all. Since we all live in the Netherlands, take it as example. Married women here were not allowed to work until 1956. And after that, it was still very unusual. In the 70s, most European countries introduced a law for equal pay between men and women. So if there is a law that should guarantee equal pay between men and women, why is it not the case? Easy, it just doesn't get checked. You shouldn't see it as a law, but as a guideline, because it is too hard for the government to monitor it. So how does it get monitored? They ask the employers for all the data, and they are of course not going to tell the truth. Another example. In 1971 in the UK, 53% of women between 16 and 64 were in employment. And in 2013, this was only 67%. Of course, this is an increase, but it is a 14% increase in over 40 years, while the debate is only getting heavier and heavier. Another thing, research shows that gender inequality has negative consequences for men as well. This is because the stereotype of men, seen as the breadwinner, can put a lot of stress. And the prevention of women equally contributing to the house income and workforce is a reason for that. All the pressure lies on men. This increases the risk of health issues and also leads to heavy drinking and smoking. MediaCee members can of course relate. So it is also in men's best interest to solve the problem. So how do we solve the problem? Bad news. People have no idea. A lot of scientists are busy with this topic, and the best thing they can come up with is keep the debate going and keep highlighting small victories. Because this gives an incentive for other people to think about it as well. Okay, that doesn't sound like the best solution, but it has already worked in some cases. Take a look at the women's football teams of the USA and Denmark, where the national team already has the same income as the men's team. So people are listening and are recognizing the problem. But as always, change costs time. So maybe in 200 years, everyone will finally be satisfied.